Welcome back, familia, to Northside LDN. Caramba! Damzaki, we're back. Here with my boy Hooks. What are you telling me, my G?
I want to say I'm good, yeah, but I can't lie. I'm still kind of a bit smoked from that horrible game that I had to watch, man. I can't lie. I'm still a bit punched up from what I witnessed, man. Like I couldn't tell if I was watching a football game or if I was watching paint dry in it. So yeah, Tuesday, we got to come back on a big one. Still, I can't lie. I got to see like a 6-7 niller. Do you know what I mean? To change my mood, innit? But yeah, man. Outside of the football, bless. Been doing my little stream thing. So we good, man. We good. How you doing, brother, man? How you doing, brother, man?
I'm here, bro. I'm here. Obviously, it hurts, but at the same time, I can't say I'm surprised. These are the things that we've been calling out, and these are the things that are going to continue to haunt us, in my opinion. But listen, I think everyone's heard my opinion. So before we get into my opinion, let's get into your opinion about the game. Obviously, Bournemouth 2, Arsenal 0. What's your thoughts about the game?
So, I mean, for me, it kind of went left from the very beginning when I was seeing Land of the Giants in the midfield, innit? Like, I don't know what Arteta was thinking, having a midfield three of Partey, Rice, and Marino. So, I'm already looking at, who's going to be the creative outlet, innit? Because I couldn't identify who was going to be the creative outlet. And then it's like, cool, we got Trossard on the left, which me personally, I think only really works when he comes on as an impact sub. And then we had Sterling on the right, who I'm going to be honest, like if I'm Sterling, I'm swinging Arteta in the changing rooms, in it, because I think for those first like 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes before he came off, he was the one that was kind of lively. Like he had a bit of him about it. I see he was doing his bajinky jink thing, trying to, you get me, dribble past man and all them thing there. So I thought, if anything, it should have been Trossard that came off. But, we move. And then, obviously, like, we had the 4 centre-backs at the back. We kind of had, like, I would say 7 of our 10 outfield players were better defensively than offensively, innit? And then we had, up until the red card, we had a front three of people who I would argue are not really creative. They like to get on the ball, and especially the wingers get on the ball and find an opportunity for themselves to shoot. So Havertz was isolated from the very beginning. Like Havertz had absolutely no one on the pitch that was going to try and find him in certain positions for him to get in and try and do something in front of goal. So cool. The first, like, up until the red card, we did fuck all. Like, I think we had something, like, I think it was 1 shot on target. Like, we did absolutely fuck all. Like, I'm there doing the watch along, and I'm like, I'm frustrated, man. I shouldn't be watching. I reacted in ways in that game, yeah, that I haven't reacted in a very long time to an Arsenal game. Like, there was points where I was genuinely angry in it. And then, cool, the red card, which I think is a pivotal part in the game, in it. So I think it was a red card. I don't know how people can say it's not a red card, but for me, it's a red card, innit? He's the last man. Cool. The ref originally gave a yellow. VAR looked at it, said it's a red. Can't complain about the red. Saliba, I don't blame Saliba too much for it, because he was put into a scenario where in that split moment, he has to make a decision, and he's obviously thinking, I need to stop the guy from running on, in it. So I think yeah, at least 99% of players are doing the exact same thing that Saliba did in it. And I guess the proof in that is we saw Tosin do it in the very next game, the next day, in it, against Liverpool. We saw the exact same thing. He just didn't get red for it, in it. So I don't think we can really shoot Saliba too much. Like, maybe in the heat of the moment, maybe after he's reflected and gone, oh, you know what? Maybe I could have just body checked him and then ran towards the goal, in it. Ben White was running on. Raya got back into a good position, and maybe it goes different in it. But we can't change it. It happened. It is what it is. But I blame Trossard, yeah? Because that hospital pass, yeah, back to Saliba was crazy. Like, man, literally, anything else he does in that scenario, it's not a red. So if he just keeps the ball, grounds it, loses the ball, cool, no red. If he kicks it out for a throw-in, no red. If he kicks it up into the sky, no red. But he decides first time I'm gonna volley it back to Saliba, and literally everybody's fucked from that point, innit? So for me in that game, bun Trossard into the ground. I can't lie. I've gone now to saying, you know what, just go back to impact sub in it. But then even then, I think like I don't know, maybe Trossard Trossard played poor in that game, but part of me is like, can I blame him? Because against Leicester, we scored 4 goals. He was in the 10. Against Southampton, we scored 3 goals. He was in the 10. We beat PSG, you know, one of the better sides in Europe that haven't won the Champions League. He was in the 10. And then today he's on the left wing. So, you know, like, it's confusing, isn't it? It's confusing. And then we just proceeded to be trash. Like, if we just be openly honest about it, like we did fuck all. We lost the ball in really stupid places. We couldn't keep possession. When Raheem Sterling came off, it became really easy for Bournemouth, right? Because they're like, oh, swear down. Arteta, you took off your only outlet for speed. Cool. We don't need to worry about the transition anymore. So they could literally just camp in our half and it was calm. We conceded a goal, we conceded a penalty. And I mean, it was just really, it was just diabolical, man. Like this manager's infatuation with duels is becoming annoying now, man. Like, I don't know, I might as well just switched over and watch like a I don't know, a UFC fight or something, because the battles that he wants to have on the pitch all the time is crazy. The way he sets up for us to just be physical is crazy. The way that he just wants to duel all the time, we might as well start calling him Yugi, bro. Like, all he wants to do is duel. Like, so it's like, what are we really doing? Like, and you know what? Yeah, above everything that vexed me about this game, the thing that vexed me the most, yeah, is cool. We've got this guy, yeah, who, you know, I don't know if everyone agrees with my opinion, but I feel like he has the talent and the potential, and I've seen him apply it in cameos for Arsenal, and I've seen him apply it for the England, I think it's the England under-21s, or maybe it's the under-19s, one of them, the Young Bucks, yeah, to potentially be what us Arsenal fans could kind of, the closest thing we could put to Cesc or Wilshere in the sense of young talent, potential, and just give him his chance and let him find his feet. Like, he's clearly the understudy to Odegaard, yeah. So why in the scenario when, you know, your Odegaard's out and then you're not going to play Trossard in the 10, why do you then not put him in the 10? Because I thought that when Odegaard first went out, for me, it was like, cool, just dash Ranieri in there straight away, because to me, he's the understudy. But then, you know, us as Arsenal fans, we found out that, like, look, you know, Trossard can play there. And we was like, oh, damn, you know, kind of surprised, you know, but it worked. So cool. But if he's not going to play there, then they play Ranieri. But he didn't do it. We go 1-0 down. Doesn't change it up, doesn't put him on. He brings on this idiot, Martinelli, yeah, that don't even get me started on this, brother, yeah, because a lot of you, man, yeah, were telling me that Martinelli was back. You, man, were telling me that Martinelli was back. And then I watched, man, run on one-on-one. For what? I mean, any of us are going, look, drag the ball past the keeper, it's a pretty much an open goal, right? Put it in. But hey, you shoot it right at the keeper, and that changes the game, because we could have won from that point. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, it doesn't bring him on. And bearing in mind, at that point, we still need creativity. So Martinelli's come on, but there's still no creativity on the pitch. And then we go 2-0 down. And then this idiot goes, you know what? I'm going to feed Ranieri to the wolves, innit? I'm going to bring on this 17-year-old kid who if we look at the players, then like everybody was just defeated. Mentality was in the mud. You know, everyone had pretty much gave up. I'm gonna put him in this awful scenario, and it's like Arteta was hoping, oh, maybe this kid that I clearly don't trust in can save me. It's like, you know, that's what vexed me the most about the game. I'll be completely honest. So I mean, moving forward, I never want to see a lineup like that ever again in my life. The only way, yeah, I think you can run that midfield is if both your wingers are creators. So not like the direct run at man wingers. You have like the creators, so more the what they call them radamateurs or whatever they're called, like creative, like what want to create and not, you know what I mean? But if you don't, then we might as well not watch the game. That's my opinion at least. So I don't know. The discipline is looking mad. Mentality is looking brazy. And we really need to step it up. Like if we want to go on to win this league, like those are the games that you need to win, like regardless of the context in it. And I keep on hearing context a lot from you know the players and the manager and fans. So like I think regardless of the context, you got to win that game. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of my overarching views on. I don't think I've missed out. Oh, actually, do you know what? The one thing that I want to say as well, and I don't know if anyone else clocked it, and I don't know, maybe I'm chatting shit, yeah. But at the start of the game, when they was in the tunnel, yeah, I was looking at Gabriel, yeah, and he looked mad nervous, like mad nervous. And I'm thinking maybe the captain's armband was a bit heavy for him, man. Like maybe he was feeling the pressure of coming out as the captain. But yeah, it looked spooky. I can't lie. But yeah, that you know, that's my. I don't think there's any positives I can take from this game. I think the only positive I can take from the game is I never have to watch that game again. And yeah, I mean, yeah, like, I really don't. I don't want to throw the baby out the bathwater yet, innit? So I just want to see what Arsenal do over the next few games. The Liverpool game is gonna be the teller. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's me.
No, I hear that, man. I hear that. Listen, big up to everyone that's locked in. Make sure you're subscribing to my guy Hooks. The link to his channel is in the title. Let's get him to 1K. He's very, very close. Make sure you're smashing the likes up. Make sure you're subscribing as well to Hooks. Well, for me, listen, AFC always, Northside, that Bournemouth game showed me that we are one-man team. When Saka plays all that money Arteta spent, is like someone is just cleared out your bank account and got scammed. I kind of get the way you read that, but I get what you're saying. If he's not coming up clutch for us, who's coming clutch? You know what I mean? And that's just debunking the whole thing about we spread the goals around. We spread the goals around until we need to get over the line in games and we come unstuck.
I don't think it's not having Saka. I think it's the combination of not having Ødegaard and Saka. That's the point that I would add in it.
I would even go to say, bro, we had them, yeah, even at the latter end of last season and the season before that, and we still didn't get over the line. Like I just feel like this whole team is overhyped, bro. The whole team's overhyped. People talk about this team, yeah, like they're gonna be winners, and bro, every single time we need them to turn up, they don't turn up. And when I was talking about when we need them, of course, we need them to turn up during the duration of the season. Yeah. But you can't just dismiss the latter stage of the season, the last 15 games, you know, semi-finals of cups. You know what I mean? Finals, like get into quarter final. You can't dismiss that. Like you play the whole season to get into that position. When you're in that position, we've seen these players let us down. This is nothing different. These players let us down. Yeah. And whether people want to talk about, Saka's fatigue, well, that goes down to the manager. Yeah. Now, also, Saka does need to also turn up as well, but we can understand it because the guy never gets a break. But at the same time, he hasn't done it. You can't give man praise for something he hasn't done. He hasn't turned up. Havertz, this guy is not clutch when we need him to be clutch. You are third highest signing. You have to be getting us over the line to win something, bro, to justify why we paid for you. You weren't on number. A lot of fans weren't looking at you as the answer. You got to justify that. Do you know what I mean? You are the striker. And yeah, you could say, look, I agree when you said in Bournemouth, against Bournemouth, he didn't have a lot of service. But we had this problem when we had Jesus as our number one. There was times where he had to drop in deep into the midfield and receive the ball. Bro, do something. Get involved in the game. I didn't see him involved in the game at all. Martinelli, you're supposed to be fighting for your position. Yeah, you've been an absolute bum from last season, yeah? This season, you scored 1-2 goals, but you've missed a load of chances. The only reason you're even getting any running into this team is because Odegaard's injured. Because if Odegaard was available, he'd be in the 10, Trossard would be on the left, and Saka would be on the right. So the fact is, the situation has made it convenient for you to get in the team. You have to put that chance away, bro. You have to give the manager a headache to say, do you know what? Martinelli, yeah, you know what? He's taking his opportunities, you know. Maybe, you know what I mean? He should start. But right now, Trossard played rubbish. And Martinelli played rubbish, bro. You're not giving the manager anything to go off of to give him a selection headache, bro. And then it's just, at the end of the day, yeah, like, this manager has made so many decisions that he has to justify it, bro. You get rid of, you deem certain players not good enough to go out on loan. But then as soon as we get it's one injury to a midfielder, bro. One. Yeah. Let's not forget that it's only one midfielder out, bro. Yeah. And all of a sudden you're playing all those DMs. It makes no sense. Why did you keep Ethan? You have to justify keeping Ethan, because otherwise you would have been better in letting Ethan go out like Fabi Vieira. Do you know what I'm saying? You might as well, because then he would have got minutes, bro. You should have done what you did with Fabi Vieira and Lokonga when Lokonga went to, what was it, Luton, and had a whole season and he was playing. And do you know what I'm saying? If you're not going to play the kid, like, learn from what you did with ESR. Yeah, yes, ESR had injuries, but at the same time, there was games where you could have selected ESR. You didn't select ESR, and you didn't develop him. Do you know what I'm saying? You did it with Reece Nelson, where you let him go out on loan, and you let him see if he's going to develop. Why? Bro, if you're not going to use this is the perfect example for you and situation for this manager to put faith in Ethan. Nothing, most fans would be like, you know what, we ain't gonna gun down Ethan, because at the end of the day, he shouldn't even be in this situation. So let's just see if the kid is gonna sink or swim. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not so much as a free pass. It's just, we know at his stage of development, he shouldn't be the number 2. You know, if we had both our number 10s out, let's say we got Omo and both of them are injured, then you could say, okay, cool, Arteta, there's nothing you could really do. Like, no one, do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Ethan, you're going to play in the number 10. It's just unlucky. That is a situation you can say unlucky. Odegaard getting injured and we only got Ethan. That's not unluck. That's not being prepared. Yeah. And then you're looking at the defense. I'm hearing people saying that, oh, Ben White's going to play next to Gabriel. Filho da puta. This guy could not stay in the lineup as a centre back. There is a reason we play him as a right back. And it's not even up for a debate. He didn't keep his space in the team as the bro. We had Ben White. I think we had Ben White, yeah, when Arteta put Saliba back out on loan to France, and he tried Ben White, bought him for 50 mil and tried him as a partnership for Gabriel. It didn't work out. Then we brought back Saliba, and Saliba was the one that created that partnership with Gabriel. I beg these Philistines, don't try and gaslight me and tell me that all of a sudden Ben White can play a centre-back. He cannot play a centre-back. And if we don't have a centre-back that can play there, well, then these men are going to have to admit that they overgas Kivior. They overgas all these other defenders that we got. They're good for fullback rotation. And I said this at the start of the season, before the start of the season, in the transfer window. I said this, Hawks. I said, you know what? Yeah, we got good rotation, but we got no centre-backs that can compete with Gabriel and Saliba. And now man are going to see it's not going to be the same. I never said we needed like for like, but somebody that's there. Do you know what I'm saying? Someone that's, he's up there. Like, he's pushing. He's actually giving them some sort of competition. Now we're looking at it thinking, okay, who'd you put there? Tomiyasu's injury prone. Timber, he's actually not been in training today as well.
Which is, that for me is the killer, because for me, my replacement for Saliba is Timber. I would play Timber in that RCB, because I feel like they're very similar profiles, especially in the way that, like, they both have this like air of calmness. They're both really good on the ball. They both got an eye for a pass. They both like to drive with the ball. So for me, if Timber isn't fit for Liverpool, it's very, very, very spooky settings. I won't lie. Very spooky settings.
This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, at the end of the day, this whole narrative is coming apart about the bench is fixed, bro. Because every single time Arsenal fans gas up the bench until we have to rely on them. So every time until we have to rely on them. When everyone's fit, we've got a fixed bench. As soon as you have to rely on them, Is anyone confident if anything happens to Havertz? Because I saw this manager's quotes before the Bournemouth game. He said, Havertz has picked up a knock, but we've been managing the situation. So that, to me, I interpret that. That's open to interpretation. But for me, I'm looking at it thinking, okay, so you're giving him injections. So he's not fresh, but you're giving him something so that he can bear the pain. That could eventually catch up to us. Because I heard, and big up to Jez, I think it was Jez that said it. Jez was saying Odegaard before international duty was already had a little niggle. And we let him go out to represent Norway.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And
then look what happened. So are we not going to say that that could potentially happen to Havertz? And Havertz gets injured. Is anyone, this whole love fest that everyone had at the start for Jesus, I don't hear that love fest anymore. Like Jesus and Zinchenko were the two players when we got from City that this whole fan base were like, no, they have to start. These Finnish stuff put all of a sudden are acting like they never hyped these guys up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No, but let's be real, because when we were criticizing Zinchenko and Jesus, bro, these guys were the most protected players at this. You couldn't say anything about it. They're bringing winning mentality. Arteta is the one that got the most out of Jesus. Zinchenko loves playing for Arteta. What's going on now? The same thing with Sterling, bro. Oh yeah, Arteta's gonna unlock Sterling. Really, bro? That guy's been trash, bro.
No, bro. Brother man. Look, yeah. I don't think he's been that bad, personally. I don't think he's been that bad. Like in times that he's played. So look, he played against who was it we played? Bolton. He scored. Yeah, wait, he did score, right? I'm not tripping. He scored, right? I'm pretty sure he scored. He scored, yeah. Cool. But it's Bolton, isn't it? But bearing in mind, he pretty much didn't have a pre-season and he wasn't playing for Chelsea towards the latter part of last season, innit? So he went a long time without playing football. So he needs to come back to fitness. But I feel like in the cameos that he's come on, he's looked lively. Like, yeah, he hasn't done anything, but I expect like maybe after 10 Premier League games, he will get back up to speed. But the problem that I have, yeah, is not necessarily Sterling. This is across the whole squad, yeah. So you've brought in people and you've decided that certain people you already had are squad options, yeah. So they're pretty much on the bench, yeah, and they're going to support the first team. Now the problem that I have is if you don't identify games and scenarios where you can give them minutes so they can build up their confidence and build up their belief and get a bit of momentum, then there was no point even getting them, right? Because it's going to come to the back end of the season and we're going to be like, oh, Sterling's dead. But I'm going to be like, but wait, when did he get a chance to build up to even get into the groove? Like, when did he get a chance to warm up? So, like, look, I'm not crashing it out on Sterling yet. The same with Marino. I'm not crashing it out on Marino yet because I do believe that when players come into a new club, they need at least maybe 5 to 10 competitive games for me to understand where they're at in it. But
now, Marino, I hear you. Marino, I agree with you because I've given the same grace to Timber. But Sterling, I'm not hearing it, bro. Do you know why Sterling I'm not hearing it? Because it stinks just like Jorginho. This guy's like 29 years old, bro. I'm expecting more. This guy's numbers have been declining in the last 3 years. And not only has his GA been declining, his performances have been declining. Maresca said he would rather work with Madueke than this guy, bro. That tells you everything about where Sterling is in his career. No, it's the truth, though. At the end of the day, you've been brought in as an experienced player. Experienced player, you don't get so much time like a young player. It's not the same, bro. You've been brought in as a player that played for Liverpool with Sturridge, with Suarez. Then you went to Man City, won things. And then you went to Chelsea, didn't work out. Now you're supposed to be reviving your career here. We don't revive careers, bro. We don't revive careers. This whole thing is a myth. And the whole thing about, oh, they do, you know, he can do a job and all that. I'm not hearing that. That's the talks when we had Holding, El Nene, them man there, Kieran, yeah, I'm saying Gibbs and all them players. I'm not hearing that. We're in the stage right now that we don't need you to do a job. We need you to get over the line. Otherwise, I don't know why you're here. Do you know what I'm saying? We're not on phase 1, we're on phase 5. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem for me. Yeah, I'm saying, and this guy is not warranting us paying not even the wages that we're covering at the moment because you're not bringing anything. You're not imposing yourself in the team. This is a prime situation for you to impose yourself. Saka's out. If there's a time to impose yourself, it's now. Mikel Moreno's coming from another league. Sterling, you ain't got that excuse. You've been here. And you're supposed to be in your prime years. I know 29, you know, it's still part of the prime years, 20, you know what I mean? 26, 27, 28, 29. And it's like, bro, the return ain't doing good enough. And it's the same thing that we see from Jorginho. Oh, they can do a job. And this is the problem, with Arsenal. We accept too many players that can do a job. But guess what? Those players basically mean you could have maybe 5 games out of the whole season. But then when we need to rely on you, this is exactly why you hold bench. And this is exactly why getting players that can hold bench, bites us in the ass. We should get players that can fight. We did well when getting Trossard. I always praised that because I knew that he had the ability to rival getting into the first team. Not saying he had a good game, but we've seen that, bro, when Martinelli dropped off, man was ready to pick up. And I praise Trossard for that because I think he's a quality player. But we need that around the pitch. Yeah, I praise when we get Rice. We had Partey. We went and got Rice. Good signing. Do you get me? That is the level we should be going for. Not these players that could, they could, a good little 5 minutes here. And if we manage your games, bro, what if we have to rely on you? Do you know what I'm saying? Like Man City do it. Like Man City will have KDB out, but they can rely on Foden. If Foden's out, they got Bernardo. If Bernardo's out, then they got flipping Haaland. If Haaland's not performing, they got Vardy coming up with. Do you know what I'm saying? Stones will chip in. This is what we need, bro. We don't need to be carrying players anymore. Like the excuses that the fan base had at the start of the season doesn't run anymore. Before it was we're building from a toxic squad. Okay, then go get the players now. Since we've got one of the, according to a lot of this fan base, we've got one of the best managers and we've got one of the best teams and we're playing really well and people are believing what we're doing. Then go out there and get the players but we didn't. And this is why the whole thing's a myth. Like, at the end of the day, there's only so much you can praise a team until they need to deliver. Do you know what I'm saying? And this team ain't delivering and it's showing the same stupidity that we had last season. Trying to score from set pieces all the time to save games. Playing defensively. Not getting a proper striker. Not being able to transition. Do you know what I'm saying? Making like-for-like substitutions. Before I shut up and let you go, it would have looked more impressive from Arteta if he just played five at the back. Since you wanted to play so defensive, just play 5 at the back, bro. Play 5 at the back. And then you could have had bare defenders and it would have looked a little bit better, bro. And then you could have mixed it up and put your midfielder in, and we would have looked more balanced, bro. But you're putting 3 DMs. Just play 5 at the back. That's what I do on FIFA. You know what I'm saying? That's a real talk, bro. It's some bullshit, bro. Just play 5 at the back. Because clearly, bro, this manager's a pussy, bro, yeah? At the end of the day, if you want to play so defensive, just play 5 at the back, bro. Do you get me?
He's making it really hard for me to ride out, to rise up the flag for him. He's making it because you know what? Yeah, I've got this. I've now got this kind of sneaky suspicion that he might have actually signed Marino to play 8 and 10 instead of 8 and cover 6, which is a very scary prospect, and another scary prospect that I'm trying, and I every night before I go to bed I'm going to be saying a prayer that it don't happen. Yeah, but he might play Zinchenko left back against Liverpool. I can see him do it, and we all know what's going to happen if that happens. But Salah is gonna cork him into oblivion. Into absolute oblivion. It's actually, do you know what? It's actually so I think our squad depth is good when nobody's injured. But the moment key players from the first team are injured and then you have to bring in players to replace them, it's at that point our squad depth falls off immensely. Like I start seeing players on the bench that I didn't even know played for the club. Like it gets that peak. So that is a problem. But I do also believe that maybe, and I'm hoping, and this is a hope, maybe we're getting hit up with the bad judge early on in the season. And in the second part of the season, we're going to be calm. Like other teams are going to get their judge and players be injured and shit. I think we're just getting our judge early on in the season and we just have to, because look, yeah, in all honesty, yeah, cool. We lost to Bournemouth, cool. Nothing we can do to change about it. It's done, it's happened. I can only hope that the manager has learned from the mistakes that he made approaching that game. But we then play Liverpool and then we play Chelsea. No, then we play Newcastle and then we play Chelsea in the Premier League, yeah? if we can grind out 3 wins from those games, get the full 9 points, after that, we're pretty much blessed. The remainder of our season is not that difficult. Like, we've already played Tottenham away. We've already played Aston Villa away. We've already played Man City away. We've already played Newcastle away. We've already played Chelsea away. The only teams that will still need to play away then, that I would say is of any real difficulty, is Liverpool and Brighton. And Liverpool, we don't actually play them at Anfield until game week 35. So by then, but it could be a guard of honor thing. It could be. I
don't even think it's about. Do you know what, bro? Yeah, like, I've seen us here being in a title race and lose to Nottingham Forest. I've seen us be in a title race and lose to Aston Villa. Yeah, and even though they're a decent side, come on, like at the end of the day, this manager's been here longer and spent more money. And player for player, most Arsenal fans will say we got a better squad.
Yeah.
So these are not teams that you know what I mean, that you'd say, oh, we're the inferior team in terms of player quality. But I don't even think it's about who we face. I think it's all mentality and the manager. He doesn't manage the nerves. He doesn't manage the game. He doesn't know how to change the system in game. Arteta, this is what Arteta is good at, yeah? Arteta is good at setting you up with a system, yeah, before the game. But you see, in-game management, this guy ain't got it, bro. When things go sideways, yeah, this guy does not make the right substitutions. And what do I mean by that, bro? Like, we've seen managers, like when you look at Conte, you look at Ancelotti, you look at all these proven winners. Sometimes they're in finals or quarterfinals, and they're losing the game. They make changes, yeah, and adapt to the opposition to get you over the line, yeah, because you can have all the players in the world, you still got to set them out. And also sometimes your game plan going into the game can be nullified, or the opposition got something that they're doing that you didn't expect them to do based on their previous games. And I think that's where we get caught out. This manager, on job, he doesn't know what he's doing. His substitutions are very like for like. He'll bring on wingers for wingers. He doesn't change our formation, doesn't change the way that we play. Yeah. And also, his naivety allows him to have a bench that doesn't affect the game in any way. And it doesn't affect the game in a different way. Like, we don't have a number 10 that will just turn up in big games. We don't have somebody in the box that's just ruthless at scoring. Yeah. You know, we don't have like that Santi Cazorla that, you know, against Brighton, when we're getting pinned back, that can just play through the gaps. You know, them technicians, them ballers that just have that vision. Doesn't matter how much you're being pressed, they break out the press and they get you on your way. He doesn't align. Arteta doesn't align himself with the right tools. And on top of that, I don't think he knows how to adapt within the game. If plan A works, it's because it's already the right setup before the game, and we've got the tactics right before the game is even kicked off. Because I've seen this when last season against Liverpool in the cup, West Ham in the cup, Porto in the cup. Like, people talk about Bayern Munich. Let's be real, bro. We should not, bro. Porto costs about their whole team costs what we spend on about 2-3 players, bro. Their whole squad. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how are they taking us to penalties? Like, that's not a tactical genius to take us to penalties against Porto, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's us being better than them at penalties and getting through the tie. And I said it at the time. I said, what? We're going to keep taking teams to penalties? Because I'm not seeing anything different from this manager, bro. Like, and then you see it against Aston Villa. Like, we had chances against that Aston Villa game where we lost the game. We actually had chances. But why don't you change it, bro? Why don't you change it so we get over the line? Like, there's a time where a manager makes his money, and he makes his money within the game when our backs are against the wall. The same way we praise Xavi Alonso going to buy Leverkusen, yeah, and not having spent the money that Bayern spent, but he coached his team to win. Do you get what I'm saying? Conte at Chelsea getting smashed by Arsenal, playing 3 at the back. That tactical change got them over the line, not because he went out there and spent 800 million. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Ruben Amorim at Sporting. They don't have the most money in Portugal, but how did he get over the line? Because he was tactically better than those managers. Do you know what I mean? So this is the thing where Arsenal fans always look at it as like, oh, we need this player. Yes, we do need players, but we also need a manager that can get the most out of the players. Wenger used to bring players. He weren't breaking the bank. When he got Thierry Henry, that was a player he had to work with, but he had the right tactics and he knew how to develop players. Do you know what I'm saying? When he went and got Bergkamp already had a name. Do you know what I'm saying? But you look at Sol Campbell already had a name, but not all of them. Do you know what I'm saying? Not all of them. You know what I mean? Yaya Toure, the French players that he got, people didn't really know about them. Even in the latter stages when we got Rosicky, I know Rosicky was at Dortmund and he was decent, but Rosicky came in, Fabregas came in, and it's like, bro, it gets to a point where you as a manager, you need to be the difference maker. Not only the players, but you need to, because too many times with this manager, bro, there's times where you've seen it in 2 title races, the players look around to Arteta and Arteta just looks stressed, bro. Like he doesn't know what he's doing. It's like the players are looking to you for guidance, but you don't have it because you're not a tactician, because you're not somebody that knows how to work off the cuff. And I think that's where his limitations are. Lack of preparation, arrogance, and the fact that you don't go out there and identify players properly.
I would agree. Well, I think his limitations are definitely ability to like adapt tactically in the heat of a game, and his ability to identify like the actual areas of problem within the squad, like the gaps, like the clear gaps within the squad. I'm starting to think that experience is a big problem. Well, I mean, we already knew it was a problem, right? Because we always knew he was inexperienced. But I think now that we have a good squad, it's become even clearer that experience is a massive problem. But I mean, I have to hope that something will change, innit? Like, I have to hope that something will change because, look, he's not getting sacked. I mean, everybody needs to get that idea out of their head right away. He's not getting sacked. The only way that he leaves the club is if he walks. Literally, that's the only way he leaves the club is if he walks. Like the ball, like he's gonna get us top 4 minimum, which means he's getting us Champions League, which means we're generating money, which means the board is happy. That just is what it is. He'll probably pick up a Carabao Cup, FA Cup, probably. He may win the league, but at the bare minimum, he's definitely getting us Champions League football, which means he's keeping the board happy. And then I guess we just have to do the cycle again. But I do think that we're still in a very strong position to win the league. So, like I said, I'm not throwing the baby out the bathwater yet because I still do feel like we are one of the favourites to win the league, and I'm not naive enough to believe that Liverpool aren't gonna drop off. They're definitely gonna drop points. Man City haven't been playing great. They're definitely gonna drop points along the way. We still need to think that, look, Man City have to play. They have to play Chelsea again. They still need to play Tottenham. They still need to play Liverpool. Wait, I'm right? Yeah, Liverpool. Like, so there's games. Liverpool still need to play us. Liverpool still need to play Tottenham. Like, there's games where Liverpool and Man City can drop points. And then obviously you bring in the like, you know, the teams like Brighton and Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest and you know, them type of teams that can make it difficult for the bigger teams on any given day. So there's still opportunity for both Liverpool and City to drop points. So I think it's going to come down to who drops more points. But look, this is the first game we've lost in 6 months. Maybe we can go on another 6-month no loss spree, man. Like, but it all really depends on for me now, our season heavily hinges upon how injured is Saka and when is Erdegaard actually coming back. Because this is the thing that a lot of fans don't realize, yeah, is it's not just about Erdegaard coming back. It's about Erdegaard coming back and then rebuilding up his match fitness. So he's not going to come back and be sick immediately. He's going to have to build his match fitness. So, I mean, truth be told, we may not actually properly see Erdegaard again until the start of next year. If you think about it, we don't know how injured Saka is. It's looking a bit peak. It is looking a bit peak, and
he's not being very transparent, isn't it? With the injuries, he's not being very transparent.
This is what's annoying me because in the press conference before the Bournemouth game, but he told me Saka's fine. But he actually lied to me, bro. Like, he told me Saka's fine. So when it came to the team sheet, I didn't see Saka. I was like, oh, maybe he's on the bench. Look at the bench. He's not there. So now I'm like, okay, my manager lied to me. That's mad.
But he lied about Odegaard before that, because he told us that Odegaard was going to come back. And I was like, nah, that injury, the way he went down, my guy's out for time. And he was like, no, Odegaard, like, he's coming back. And then obviously he missed the game. Then he was like, oh, we're still, now he just keeps saying Odegaard is training, or he's still healing. He's not yet with, training with the team. He's, doing recovery. And it's like, bro, just say the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Big up to Michael. Hi, Northside. I followed you from the start. I don't always watch you live. I live in Australia. Big up, familia. I'm 67. I told you we're going to make it in the YouTube world. You speak sense. Love your talent. Big up, my G. Come on, man. Love, man. Love to everyone. The new followers and the old. You know what I'm saying? Big up, my G. You know what I'm saying? But love for that. Bro, I'll be real with you, Hooks. Make sure as well, familia. I'm not going to repeat this. His name is right there. Halftime Hooks. And the link to his channel is in the title. No vou repetir a mesma porcaria. Go like and subscribe. No vou repetir a mesma porcaria. Bom, yeah? Não foda a cabeça. Make sure you go like and subscribe to Hooks. Let's go get him to 100K. 100K.
Yeah, let's get me to 100K.
Yeah, to 100K. Yeah, I'm saying on the route to 100K. Get him to 1K. You know what I'm saying? Come on, subscribe to the man them. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you go subscribe to Hooks. And this is why it's a good show. Me and Hooks don't agree on absolutely everything, and that's how it should be. You know what I mean? But at least we're speaking honestly. The thing is, you said about Odegaard and Saka coming back. This is where I differ, I think it's irrelevant, bro. Because I didn't even account for, like, I just said, even if these men are fit, like the whole season, before the start of the season, we're not winning the league. Because it's irrelevant. And I'll tell you why it's irrelevant, Odegaard comes back. Is he turning up at the crunch end of the season? We're yet to see that. I don't believe he does. He's a player that turns up for about 80% of the season. Yeah, Odegaard doesn't turn up.
He's missed 20%, but he's already missed 20%.
Yeah, but I don't feel like this guy is a game. I don't think he's a game changer like that when the pressure's on. Because we see so many players in the Premier League, that turn up when the pressure ain't on. Like, it's not just Arsenal. All players, bro, go through, you know what I mean? Mateta last season scored more goals than Havertz. Like, players will have patches where they perform, bro. But when it comes into the crunch end that they're going to perform, is anyone going to tell me because Tottenham won their last game that they're going to win the league? No. Like, everyone has no, but this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, Odegaard is one of those players. Saka as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I get Saka gets fatigued, but does he have the mentality to get over the line? Is he a player that just changes? The last player that we had that was like a game changer was Alexis Sanchez, that I can remember. Like, he was a player that you could see in his ability. He could look at the game and say, I'm taking, bro, this is my game. Like, I'm gonna get us over the line. Do you get me? And he was operating in a worse team. Let's be real, player for player, that was a worse team than what we've got now. I don't see any of these players being like that. At Arsenal, we've got system players. That's what we've got. We've got system players. When you tell Martinelli, go ball out and just do your thing, he's not that great. Trossard, to be fair to him, last season, coming off the bench, he's the one that scored against Porto to keep us in that tie. We've seen him, like, perform. But even then, I don't put him on the level of, like, an Alexis Sanchez. Like, these players are good within the system. Once the system goes sideways, these men don't know what they're doing. This is why they look at Arteta, because they're not those type of players. Like Thierry Henry used to get the ball, Let's say, like, Arsenal are playing a team, Thierry Henry, I used to see Thierry Henry just get the ball and go, Barney, I'm taking on 4 or 5 man. I'm just taking the game. I'm gonna put this team on my back and I'm gonna get us through. Do you get me? We saw Bergkamp do it, bro. Bergkamp used to take on players, slap it top bins, bro. Do you get me? Like, we had players, that would be like, you know what, today, bun the tactics, bun everything. I'm getting us over the line. We don't have individuals like that. We have individuals when the tactics are working. Saka will cut in on the left, slap it in. Odegaard will, he's not getting pressed in the midfield. He can pass it around. Do you know what I mean? Martinelli, if he's got space, he can run in, and then he's a problem. Havertz, if he's getting a bunch of chances in the box, you know what I mean? Because the opposition ain't closing him down and they're not aggressive, then he may get a tap in. He'll get it. You know what I'm saying? But when these players, when you take those things away, when the opposition nullified their strengths from our players, who turns up and just says, this is my game? Who does it? I'm not talking about the start of the season, Hooks. I'm talking about when the pressure's on. Because this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying these players don't turn up during the season. And I think Arsenal fans, they focus on, but 80% they're turning up. Yeah, that's all good and great. No one's arguing that. I'm talking about the end of the season, bro. Who is the player that turns up? It ain't gonna be Odegaard and it ain't gonna be Saka, bro.
Do you know what? This is where I don't know. I have to disagree in it. I think Saka will this season. I think Saka will. Saka and Erdegaard. So I would say Saka. Obviously, this is offensive players right now. So I would say Saka, Erdegaard are probably, and maybe Trossard to a degree, are the players that I think can perform in multiple systems. I do think a lot of the players that we have now are thriving because of the system. I do still think that Erdegaard, Saka, and Trossard thrive or have thrived because of the system. But I've seen Saka do bits for his nation as well. So I know that he can do it outside of Arteta's system. I've seen Saka do bits for big up on the raid. I've seen Saka do bits under Emery in a different position, in a different system. So I know that Saka can do bits outside of the system. The problem with Saka is at least for the last 3 seasons minimum, he hasn't had someone of a good enough level that the manager can go, you know what? I think I'm going to put Saka on the bench today and I'll play my man, which means he plays so many games. So many, like the amount of, it's not even the games, the amount of minutes that he plays throughout, not just for Arsenal. This is the thing, for England as well. Every friendly, man's playing 70 minutes minimum. Every game, a League Cup, League Cup, FA Cup, Champions League, Europa League, Premier League, bro, Saka's playing for Arsenal minimum 85 to 90 minutes. So when it actually comes to the crunch time, Saka's not fresh. I can't fault Saka for not being like Saka's burnt into the ground, bro. So this is why I said it's very important for Arteta to be able to identify games in this season where he can put players like Saka, like Erdegaard, like Havertz on the bench because you're happy with the squad. So if you're happy with it, doesn't matter if we're happy with the squad or not. You're happy with the squad, which means the squad is at the level that you want it to be, which means you should be able to use the squad to its full potential. And if you don't, then why did you bring in the players that you brought in? Why did you bring in Sterling if Saka's gonna play every minute like he did last season? Why did you keep Wanyeri and get rid of ESR if you're not gonna rotate with Erdegaard when you don't need to play him? Like what's the actual point? So I understand what you're saying, because obviously if we look back at the last season and the season before, I mean, bearing in mind I didn't even think we was going to win the league the season before. I wasn't one of the people that thought we was going to win the league in it. But when it came to the point where we needed someone to step up, the person that you would expect to step up the most is Saka, and he didn't. And I think that's okay to say. But I just think there's context behind why he wasn't able to step up. He's clearly tired. Like we can, everything aside, we can all sit down and acknowledge that by the time we get to like March, April, May, Saka's drained, bro. He absolutely drained. Like it's like, I don't know. It's like me. If I go to the gym for 10 hours in the day, but he asked me to even walk home from the gym, bro, it's peak. This is just what it is with Saka. So look, what my kind of hope is, at least what my hope is for this season is Erdegaard will come back. And yes, he's been injured, but in that injury, I guess it's kind of a blessing because he hasn't been playing, so he should come back fresher. The same with Saka. And I also hope in the January window, we do something of significance. So when I say significance, I mean like go and capture a Nico Jackson. Sorry, Nico Williams. Wow, got there in the end. Go and capture a Gyökeres, or go and capture an Osimhen. Do you know what I mean? Like, just go and capture someone that the entire fan base can agree, okay, we upgraded. And it only needs to be one.
We show ambition.
Yeah, exactly. Show ambition. Yeah. And I'm not fraudulent. I'm a G. Yeah, that's right. You know what I mean? Big up Sunshine though. Pochin, USA, gotta love it. So yeah, that's what we need, right? We have to be realistic. I think because let's be real, yeah, we all know Man City. We all know what Man City is gonna do in January. We all know. And if we don't,
if they don't and win the league, bro, this fan base can't keep running excuses, bro.
Yeah, very uncomfortable conversations.
You get me? Like it's mad, bro. Like when you're looking at it, yeah. I went into the Bournemouth game, yeah, and for everyone that calls me negative and calls me toxic, I went into this game, Hooks, yeah, saying we can win this game without Saka or Martinelli, because those were the two we already knew about Odegaard, but we was like, yo, even with those three out, this team with the money spent and time, we should be able to beat Bournemouth. That's why I wasn't even negative about the game. That's why I got so angry, because I'm like, bro, come on, bro. Like, look at the money that we spent. I'm like, bro, you should be able to coach us to get a win against Bournemouth, bro. We don't need our best players to beat Bournemouth. We shouldn't need to. But clearly, what's going on here? And that's why I said, yo, Bournemouth and Shakhtar, yeah? I said, you know what? We should be getting the win against them three. Liverpool, cool. We need them back. We need them back against Liverpool. Yeah, I'm saying. But, bro, even against Shakhtar, like, our record in Europe has been horrible, bro. Let's be real. Like, this fan base was talking mad smoke about Porto, saying that what were they saying? That the Burnley of the Portuguese league or some nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? And then we almost got our ass handed to us against Porto. These men were chatting rubbish about Villarreal, and we got our asses handed to us against them as well. Same against flipping Olympiacos and that. This is under the same management, bro. Arteta's European record.
But we're unbeaten so far.
Bro, his record, yeah, is worse than Wenger, bro. At least Wenger still wasn't good enough in Europe. I felt like he flopped with the quality that we had, yeah, back in the day. I felt like he flopped, bro. He should have at least won something in Europe. Yeah, I'm sorry, he should have, bro. That quality was too tough. You know what I'm saying? I know in the final we got a bit unlucky. I hear that. We were a bit unlucky, but still, with the amount of attempts and the teams that we had, you should have won something in Europe, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
But if you look at the teams he had to go up against, though.
I don't care. I don't care, bro. I don't care. We've seen them.
You remember the Real Madrid team from back then?
Bro, when you saw Porto win the Champions League, I ain't nobody chatting to me. You know what I'm saying? If your manager's good enough, you're getting over the line. Nobody predicted that Porto would have won that Champions League. Nobody, bro. Nobody.
That was
like right now, Hooks, yeah? That's like saying right now, yeah? That's like saying, yeah, let's see someone that's on their level. That's like saying, like, let's say a lower team in the Premier League that spend around about the same money. That's like saying, like, I don't even know, like a Fulham or something to win the Champions League. To win the champion, this is what I'm saying. That was almost like the equivalent, bro. Come on, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. Like at the end of the day, yeah, it was unacceptable that Wenger didn't win in Europe, yeah. But when you look at this manager, yeah, this guy, like, I don't trust this guy in Europe. I do not trust Arteta in Europe, bro. And this is why, yeah, I'm more like, yo, just win the league. That's why I said win the league or Champions League. I don't believe he's gonna win the Champions League because I feel like this guy is just an absolute nobody in Europe. Like this guy is just shown he ain't got the to not even get us to a Europa League final. Just said everything to me. Do you know what I'm saying?
But but when he was in the Europa League, it was his first time in the Europa League. When he was in the Champions League, it was his first time in the Champions League. It's now his second season ever in the Champions League. And right now, we've drawn 1-1, and conceded 0 goals. So, you know.
Be careful. Be careful. This PSG team has got no superstars. They've got a bunch of kids. The team is trash anyway. Everyone predicted that we'll beat them anyway because they're not great, bro. Really, really. I'm really intrigued. They're not great. So we played well in that game. But I'm telling you right now, Arsenal in the Champions League, bro, we are some bums in the Champions League. And this manager, yeah, I hear what you're saying. It was his first time, yeah, but I don't care, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care, bro. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, this guy ain't good enough. Like, you're looking at Shakhtar, bro. I'm not convinced. Liverpool, I'm not convinced, bro. I'm not convinced.
But Shakhtar hasn't scored a goal in the Champions League this season.
Yeah, but how many times do we let teams like break records?
No. But I'm just saying, innit? Like, so theoretically speaking, we should be beating them comfortably. Theoretically speaking, for me, the real challenge is Inter away, and I think the Sporting game, because of Gyökeres, is going to be a real test for our defense, innit? But once we get past them, you know what I mean? We can start playing our lesser players because we'll probably be in the top 8 and qualified.
Do you reckon we beat Liverpool?
Do I reckon we beat? It depends on who's there. It actually really depends on who's there. So if we come into the game and it's like, cool, Saka's there, Timber's there,
Saliba's obviously going to miss that game.
Yeah, Saliba's going to miss that. See, this is why. So if Timber and Saka is there, so everybody we have so far, bar Saliba and Ødegaard, then I think we can win the game because we're at home, and I feel like the home advantage, the bounce back, the fans will be behind them. And let's be real, like the last few times we played Liverpool at the Emirates, we've won in the Premier League. Now, if we go into that game, without Timber, without Saka, without Ødegaard, without Saliba, by the way, if we still manage to win that game, then Liverpool fans will be having to ask really uncomfortable questions about their team and their manager, because I will be highly surprised. Highly surprised.
I think we lose against Liverpool. I think we'll be very lucky if we get away with a draw. I'll be real with you, bro. Like, I think we lose that game without the partnership of Gabriel and Saliba. Like, on top of everything else anyway, like I think he's gonna force back Saka. Like, you know, this guy, he can't play a game without Saka. And the fact that we lost against Bournemouth, you know, this guy is gonna, bro. Saka will come out with a mobility scooter. He's bringing him out, bro. He'll bring him out in a casket, but trust me, he's making it, bro. He'll bring him out like he's the Undertaker, just boom. You know what I mean? Before the bell goes, yeah, bro. Trust me, he's gonna play him, bro. He's gonna risk him. He's gonna risk Saka. I'm telling you, bro. He's gonna give him bare injections, bro. Yeah, you know I mean, like, bro. Trust me, he's gonna be doing a little facelift on his ankle, bro. Trust me, he'll be available for that game. But you see, Liverpool. I'll be honest with you, bro. I think we lose that. Newcastle, I can see us losing that as well. Inter, we ain't beating Inter. We ain't beating Inter. Chelsea,
no, man. We will.
We ain't beating Chelsea. Bro, I'm telling you, it's going to be a long couple of... I'm telling you, bro. It's going to be a long couple of weeks. Do you know what it is? We're going to lose to Liverpool. These men are going to hype it up against Preston. But we beat Preston. Yeah, then it'll be Newcastle. Yeah, and then these people start put that... We may be able to get a result against Newcastle. I'm still not convinced. We may be able to get a result. Then they start hyping up again. You see what I'm saying? What's Northside saying? What you saying now? We saying now, pussy. We saying now, pussy. You know what I'm saying? Then it goes up against Inter, yeah? And then these men are going to get humbled. Then it's going to be like, oh, no, but it's our first year back. You know what I'm saying? Then they'll go up against Chelsea and be like, nah, but we're better than Chelsea. Better than Chelsea. Going to run up their mouth again, yeah? Run up their mouth again. And I don't think we beat Chelsea, bro. I don't think we beat Chelsea, bro. And the way we're playing right now, Hooks, bro, it's looking crazy right now. The way we're playing,
the way we're playing and the way they're playing, as of today, I'd be happy to take a draw at Stamford Bridge. I'll be honest, like they're playing some amazing football, and right now, but it's looking peak for Arsenal, like on the pitch. So, context given, I would take the draw at Stamford Bridge. I don't think the draw would be a bad result at Stamford Bridge. I mean, I want us to win, but the way that, and especially if Lavia's fit for that game, if they go into that with Lavia, Caicedo, and Palmer in the midfield, it could be a long day for Arsenal, you know. So leaving Bridge with the draw, I mean, I wouldn't lift my nose at it. I'll be real. You know, I wouldn't be like super happy, but I wouldn't lift my nose at it, man. But we'd have to make sure that we put the pause on them when they come to the Emirates, just to, you get me, balance, bring rebalance to the world, innit?
Dropping too many. That's dropping too many points, man. We already dropped points against Brighton. Drop points against Bournemouth. Then we, you know what I mean? Dropping points against Liverpool. Dropping too many points. This is Man City, bro. And this is the thing when, like, even when Hussam says to me, "Oh yeah, but Man City might drop points." Yeah, but we're looking at we're gonna drop more points, bro, because we're not ready, bro. We're not ready. Like, Man City don't need to be perfect to beat us to the league. We just shoot ourselves in the foot. I'm looking at these fixtures going.
How many points have we dropped so far?
Well, we dropped 3 points against Bournemouth. We dropped a point against. We dropped 2 points against Man City because we drew that game. We dropped, what was the other one? Brighton. Brighton was the other one. Brighton, we dropped 2 points as well.
So we dropped 7 points so far. Okay.
Going up against Man City, yeah? Come on, bro.
I think it's cool for us to drop maybe 12. I think after we drop more than 12, see, look. Oh, wait. 9 to 12 points dropped, won't cut the month. Whoa, something good you think? Right. Is 9 to 12, is that too much? I don't know, because I feel like 12 points is... Because look, yeah, everyone in this... So this season currently, there's a lot of strong teams. So I see Liverpool and Man City dropping points.
I don't see Man City dropping that amount of points, though. That's the problem. Yeah, whoever wins the league is the one that drops the least points. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we drop more points than them. Like, I'm not even... Like, Man City ain't playing all that. But this is what I'm saying. Like, the other day just shows you, bro. This is... Their mentality is crazy, bro. Their manager is relentless. Well, this manager and this fan base are telling us, oh, well, you know, it might be a free hit. I don't think that's good enough, bro. It's not good enough. We didn't miss the title on a lot of points last season. So that just shows you how close it is, yeah? But at the end of the day, you can't be affording to just drop points like you. We have to find a way, bro.
So we have to find a way. We need to win all our remaining games.
Yeah. That's what it takes going up against these, man, bro. Their total points at the end of the season is always high, bro. Like, that's what it takes. People say it like it's crazy. There's a reason why they keep winning, bro. That's the requirement. And if the requirement is too crazy, that just emphasizes the point that this manager ain't good enough.
But don't you think if you just think about it, don't you think it's a bit insane? Yeah, that so technically game week 9 now, you're saying that we have to win every game.
To make sure that we win, obviously.
Don't you think that's a bit mad? Like, don't you think that's
we could probably drop about probably like, I don't know, another 3 points or maybe 6 points, but bro, it's gonna be mad tight, bro. Like, we can't drop too many more points, bro. I'm telling you, this is City, bro. Man, I'm going like it's crazy. Go look at the total, the points tally at the end of every season, bro. Yeah, these men are hitting 90. These men are hitting 90s and that. This is what it takes going up against these guys. It's what it is, bro. Like, this is why I wanted an experienced manager, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Klopp beat him, experienced manager. Conte beat him, experienced manager. That's what
I mean, technically, Klopp didn't beat Pep specifically in it, but
what do you mean? Did he not win the league?
Yeah, but when he won the league, he wasn't in a title race with Pep. That's what I mean in it.
Bro, he won him. He beat him to the league title.
Like, Man City finished. I swear they finished like 4th that season.
Don't matter, still won because people say
like he won the league. What I'm saying is he won the league, but he wasn't competing with Man City.
Bro, it takes away the argument that you can't win a league from this fan base. That you can't win a league while Pep is here. You can win a league while Pep is here.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, because Chelsea did it as well.
Because I think you forget when Liverpool won the league, they damn near went unbeaten the entire season. This is what it takes, bro.
That is true, you know. That season, Liverpool went smoke on that season. They won it. Like,
but this is what's required. And to be fair, yeah, let's be honest, yeah, they were arguably going up against a better Man City, bro. They played better football, and all around they were a better team, bro.
I hear that.
So it's kind of mad, bro. It's kind of mad. Give me 1 sec. I'll be back. You run the show just for 1 sec. I'll be back in 1 sec.
All right, cool, people. I can't bring up any of the chats in it. But what we saying, man? Arsenal to win the league, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna convert Northside's chat into L super positive, innit? I can't do up all of the Portuguese speaking in it, because man only speak English and road. You get me? But if anybody speaks road in here, yeah, we can talk that talk in it. You get me? I do think it's mad though, like what you actually have to do to defeat Manchester City, innit? Like I can't ever really. Nah, man, I'm not toxic positive, man. I'm not toxic positive, man. I Ryan Martin, man. I promise, man. I'm not toxic positive, man. I think I'm a very, 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 very balanced fan in it. Like I see like arguments and points from both sides of the sphere in it. You know what I mean? No, I'm joking. I'm not super positive, man. I promise, man. I promise. Yeah, I know, man. I don't worry, man. I'm not super positive, man. I'm not super positive, man. I'm just more positive than they get me, Northside, innit? Doing the true shout at you free. Man, do you know what it is? Yeah, like I've been an Arsenal fan for 30 years of my life, yeah, and it's just come to the point where, bro, I need to see my club lift the Premier League again, man. I just need to see it, man. I can't lie, man. Like the last like I would say maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 years just been just mad difficult, man. Like just every end of the season, oh, we didn't win it, we didn't win it, we didn't win it, man. Yeah, man, I remember 2004, man. But look, bro, look, man, the guy, he's there, bro, signed by the my hero, you get me, and then the ball there, signed by all of the Invincibles, you get me, all of them. I'm not talking printed on thing, but I'm talking, yeah, them man signed it with their own hands, you get me, live in the flesh thing, you get me. So yeah, you get me. Obviously, I know, but it's hard to get back to that. Like we went on such a mad decline that it's hard to get back to that, man. We haven't been able to attract the right caliber of player. So to a degree, we have to work with which is mad, right? Because you know, we was told when the Emirates was built that it was built for us to be able to attract like the highest caliber of player, and we haven't. I can't think of a player that we've signed. Even when we signed Sanchez, you could argue there was better players to sign than Sanchez. Like we kind of really only signed Sanchez because Barcelona didn't really want him. Like you get me? They was on this Messi thing, and he weren't really feeling being like the second fiddle and being a bench player to like Messi and them, man. So yeah, man, it's a long way to go. Like me personally, I think we need to. Someone needs to design like a de-aging machine and just dash Henry in there, and then we just re-sign him, bro. Because as you know, even on Henry at the age he is now, he probably do a lot better than the strikers that we have at our club right now. So Henry, if you're watching this, yeah, man, put them boots back on and throw on the jersey again, man. Cause we have to lift trophy again, man. You get me?
Now I hear that, bro. Listen, before you wrap up, tell the people them what you thought about me. What did you think about me when you first saw me online? Tell the people, bro.
Look, yeah.
Subscribe to Hooks as well. The link to his channel is in the title. Now tell the people.
I look here, like, all right, cool. This was pre me entering the YouTube space, yeah, bro. But I used to watch these brothers all the time, innit, bro. And I'll be in my yard, just you get me. Be building the spliff, you get me, in the apartment road back, yeah, there with the bedrooms. Bro, we had I think it was the screen 80-inch. Bro, you was on the big screen, you know, the 80-incher, bro. YouTube, big screen, bro. Yeah, be there. But bunning, because obviously we had to bun the big spliffs because we was getting put in mad spliffs these times, innit? The pain was there, and I had to watch this Filata Porter. Yeah, you get me. Man can say that thing as well. Yeah, grill my club, bro. Just like for me, it was just like pain layered upon pain, innit? I can't lie. I used to think you and Lee Gunner was pricks in it. I won't lie. I won't lie. To me, like you man put me through some mad some mad stress. Can imagine you're watching your team get punched up, yeah, and then you're on the and you're just vexed already. And then there's just man just slewing your club into the ground. And do you know what, yeah, bro? And do you know what it is as well, yeah, bro? It's not only like, bro, as an Arsenal fan, yeah, bro, you have to watch so many people slew your club. you watch so many people slew your club, but in the mainstream media, the rival fans on YouTube, they get me, you and they get me the dark side of the Arsenal fan base going ham. You get me? But like I said, opinions change, innit? You get me? I feel like this is why, like, when a lot of people now like slew, like, I guess content creators in general, I'm kind of like a bit wary in it because of the surface is different in it. Because like obviously that I have had real conversations and spoken more about like football in a space where I'm not constantly thinking, oh, you're attacking my club, like leveled conversations, and you just understand that raw, like kind of like just the same as me. It's just you just like just say it differently. Do you know what I mean? So you get me, you're learning it. Do you know what I mean? It's an experience in it. That's why like it's good that, you know, the community that you have right now is a supportive community. And I think they don't get me wrong, I do still think though, because of the way that you are, yeah, I do think there's a lot of rival fans that like to come here just to see you lay off the smackdown upon Arsenal's candy arse in it. Like, it's good entertainment in it for a rival. I won't lie. I like to watch it when rivals crash it on their team as well. I won't lie. It brings me a bit of joy. You know, like what it was. Remember back in the day, yeah, when people used to love watching AFTV because they knew that after a L, troops would be going absolutely ape shit on the reactions, and it's like, yeah, man, I hear it. I do hear it, man. I do hear it. But no,
do you know what? Yeah, I just feel like that kind of content is just putting a camera to what always existed. Like,
yeah,
I'll be watching Arsenal with my family being divided, Arsenal, Man United. And best believe, it would be kicking off straight after the game is like kicked off. Or like I'd go with my bedrooms to like the pub and watch Arsenal, and then my friends will be kicking off, bro. Like, this is a thing. People try and make it seem like it's not a reflection of real life, but it is a reflection of real life.
100% is. 100%.
Those are fans before like internet or before like that football content was a thing. You would hear that. You'd go college, for example, Hooks, and you'll see mad debates, or you'll be in school, mad debates, bro. And man are going, and man are friends. Yeah, but they're going off, bro, because they're swingers. Not, like, you get me?
Swingers, bro. Like, there was a time man used to swing over football. Like, that's how heated the debates would get. You know them when what you say about my team? What you say about my team? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, it's definitely calmed down a lot, man. It's definitely calmed down a lot. But yeah, do you know what? Yeah, like, I feel like as an Arsenal fan, you have to go through a lot of it. This is why I'm confused why like every Tottenham fan in the world isn't like this, because boy, we know pain, but them man over there, that side of North London, yeah, all they know is pain. So, there was no time that they can't reminisce and be like, oh, do you remember when we was like 15 years old and we was doing they can't do them things there. So yeah, man. Nah, man, I do. But don't worry, I told you. Don't worry, because obviously now we're doing the shows together. Yeah, we're balancing out the judge in the world, innit? You get me? Like, we're creating like a mad judge, yeah, that's gonna make Arsenal win the league, bro. So don't worry, it's coming, man. It's coming.
Yeah, I just think there's loads of fans like me that just had enough now. Like, we've had enough. Like, 20 years of watching it. It's just like, bro, like, do you know what I mean? If this was 07, I wouldn't have been like this. Like, I always tell people, like, obviously I didn't have a channel back then, and this space wasn't a big thing for football. But it's like, if you met me in like 04, 05, 06, you know what I mean? Like, you would have been a different side, because
Henry was there.
Actually had the reason to be like, nah, I'm back in like this club. Like, do you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's been so long since 04. It's like, it's actually delusional for younger fans to expect fans like us that are older, or a bit older than the fans that are like 19, 20 and that, to expect us to be excited or to be, when we know where the club goes wrong and why we have failed. Like, to know where you can improve, you have to know where you failed in life, in anything. Like, you need to know what you've done wrong to make an improvement. The problem is with this fan base, they never want to accept what's gone wrong. They always want to make the wrongs into a right, and you never grow. And this is why this club never grows. This club tries to sell us the failures of the past. Project Youth, we had that with Gibbs and the English Corps. Not going out and buying players is the same thing when we needed additions with Fabregas, additions with Adebayor, additions with Van Persie, additions with Alex Song. These are all failures of the past that this club continues to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Not getting rid of a manager when he's not getting over the line. Last 10 years of Wenger, should have got rid of him. And then you look at the managers that we could have got. Yeah, when we got Arteta, we could have got Ancelotti. Ancelotti went to Everton. If Arsenal enter that conversation, ain't no one telling me he ain't coming to Arsenal over Everton.
100%.
If someone tells me that, we're not a big club. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're not a big club. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we could have got Klopp, yeah? We could have got Klopp before Liverpool got Klopp.
Yeah.
But once again, holding on to managers.
We could have
went out there and got Kante before he goes to Chelsea. But once again, we're doing the whole youth project and process and all of that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. We go and get somebody, yeah? And as much as you, like, I don't rate Unai Emery in the league, his European record speaks for itself. This guy got a team that nobody rates. But this guy, yeah, how do you not back? How can we, yeah, as a club, not back a manager, yeah, that got us to a Europa League final that everyone said the team's dead?
That smoke got smoked in that final, though.
He got smoked in the final, but if he didn't prioritize the Europa League, we would have got top 4. It's because he prioritized the Europa League. Because he was trying to go for the glory, because we don't have any trophies in Europe. It failed, but it wasn't necessarily the wrong thing, but everybody can admit that Unai Emery wasn't set up to win. He didn't have the players that he wanted. When he wanted Zaha, he got Pepe. Do you know what I'm saying? He didn't get the players he wanted. He got Torreira when he wanted other players. He didn't get the players that he wanted.
Yeah, but he failed, bro.
No, exactly. But this is what I don't like. When it's Unai Emery, 5th, and getting to a Europa League final and not winning is failure. Yeah, Arteta takes over Arsenal, gets to do the decisions that he wants, getting rid of Ozil, Aubameyang, whatever, brings in the players that he wants, gets all the recruitment that he wants, isn't dictated to, and yet he's won 1 FA Cup after taking over from Unai Emery. He didn't do the whole campaign by himself. And then he finishes 8th, and that's deemed as something to continue to support. Then he finishes 8th again with more money spent. Then he gets 5th. Yeah, then he goes and gets a Champions League. This guy still hasn't even got us to a final. Yeah, he hasn't even got us to not even a final. Yeah, and he's got a better squad. This is what I don't like. Yeah, is that cool? Unai Emery, he did fail. He didn't win a trophy, so he did fail. But the same logic should have been applied to Arteta in year 1. You've taken over a Unai Emery team that got to a Europa League final. You've now finished in the league. You finished worse, and you haven't done what he did in Europe to at least get to a final. That's a failure. That's a failure straight.
But the reason why Arteta hasn't completely failed yet is because he's still the manager.
No, he's just been given more time because they like him.
Yeah, but what I mean is,
when it's Unai, it's not about he needs money or he needs time. That's the problem. Like, this is the thing, yeah? It's like, what both of them would really and truly, if you're going to deem Unai Emery failure, Arteta is a failure because we're looking at Unai Emery saying you didn't win, though. Do you get me? And you didn't get into the Champions League. But Arteta takes over the same team and finishes 8th. So he didn't get to a Champions League. But then, because they like him, they back him. Bro, that's favoritism. Both managers failed in their first year. If the objective is to get into the top 4, which is why Unai Emery got sacked, Arteta didn't do that in 2 seasons.
But I think the club have acknowledged that the way that they treated Emery wasn't the right way to do things, hence why they gave a bit more kind of faith in Arteta like that. I think that was the owners actively like going, and that's obviously that's bad on Emery, innit? But for me, Emery's like a pagan, innit? Like the way that people have the super amnesia, about how dead he was at Arsenal is mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling. Yeah, this brother came into my club, and let's no disrespect, but you saw the level of his English. I can't remember one conference where I understood what he was trying to say, and it's cool because obviously English not his first language, innit? Why did this brother come in, sign foreign players, but then mandate everybody has to speak English? So nobody knows. Nobody knows. So I'm not surprised that he didn't succeed because he's an idiot. So you get me. But he left the club, cool. And now it's like he left the club, but oh, look what Steven Gerrard did at Aston Villa. Oh, Emery's improved. But the thing is, in every season, yeah, that Emery's done well with Aston Villa, yeah, Arteta's done better than Emery with Arsenal. So
but he's had more time and more money, though.
But it doesn't matter. But it is a like for like because
it's not because when he was back in Spain, he won multiple clubs Europa League.
He was back. He
wasn't backed over here. He wasn't backed over here. And Aston Villa's budget, he hasn't had the time, nor has he had the money, bro.
Yes, he never had the time, bro.
Bro, he hasn't been there the same amount of time, bro. This guy has taken over a team that was near relegation, bro. It was not in the same position as Arsenal. Arteta took over an Arsenal team that got 5th and got to a Europa League final. Come on, bro. They don't even spend the same amount of money.
No, bro. But let's not be disingenuous. Yeah, the reason why they was in a relegation battle was because their manager was really bad, not because their players were bad.
No, because he knew how to get the most out of a dead team, like he did with Arsenal. Their
team wasn't all
that. It should have been in that position, but their team wasn't all that. I hear you. He shouldn't have been in that position, but his team wasn't all that. Yeah, really and truly. Yeah, this is what I'm not saying that you're saying that, but a lot of this fan base here, they look at his reign as a failure, which I agree. But so is Arteta, though. Because if that's the standard, then the standard applies no matter the manager. Arteta's been a failure. He ain't got over the line.
Apart from his first season where he won the FA Cup.
Yeah, did he do the whole campaign? Because ever since then...
It doesn't matter because he did the hardest part of the campaign.
He did the hardest part. So why can't he do it now with his team?
I want to know. I want to know that.
This is what I'm saying. Why can't he do it now? Why can't he even win me a little FA Cup?
Well, if there's someone that can answer that question for me, I would love to know because I want to know as well. Because I think our team's been good enough to win at least a Carabao Cup over the last 3 years.
It is what it is. I just feel like Arsenal fans like to deem failure when it's very black and white, when it's like managers they don't like or rivals managers. Like they never deemed Poch a success. They never deemed Brendan Rodgers a success. It's very black and white when it's there. But when it's Arsenal and it's Arteta being a nearly man, they always want to paint it out like it's, but he's building. It's like, you don't say that for the rivals, bro. You got double standards, in my opinion. Not you, but the fans that do say that. Big up to Sean P. Big up Northside and Hooks. Big up for the super chat, my G. Why do some fans use Pep as this excuse for Arteta when he doesn't even win anything? Pep doesn't win for nearly 5 years. Pep is just an easy... if I understand what you're saying, Pep is just easy to say to basically take away the pressure of winning something. Like, I feel like the majority of this fan base don't like to put pressure to win something. Like every season, they'll be like, since we've been in a title race, they'll be like, start of the season, I think we can do it. Yeah. And then as soon as it's time, all of a sudden they come out with context, referees, VAR, all of this stuff that still apply to everybody else. Like, let's not go on like VAR doesn't run in other people's games. Let's not go on like the other teams don't get managed by the same referees. How does Pep get over the line? Like, it's not. Go on.
The only thing I will say, is I don't mind that. Well, in the moment, I'm very hot, but I don't mind the referees doing things like, okay, sending off Rice for double yellow for kicking the ball away, wasting time, or sending off Trossard for kicking the ball away.
No, but they were told that, Hooks, at the start of the season. They were told that.
But
they were told that though.
I've seen a lot of other men do the exact same thing and they don't get sent off. So I want consistency.
No, I hear that. No, listen, but Hooks, at the start of the season, everyone in the Premier League, they told all the players and the managers.
Yeah, I know.
They told them, bro, don't do it. So that's down to the players now being stupid.
I'm not saying that it's wrong.
But don't give the manager. But if you know that the referees are incompetent,
just apply it across every game.
No, I hear that. But the thing is, I'm not even saying that the referees are competent because I don't think that they're consistent. But at the end of the day, if you know they're not consistent, don't give them a stupid decision to make. Like, you're handing them a decision to make when you know that they're not competent.
But a lot of other people have made them stupid decisions as well and not got punished for it.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, just don't do it. Like, why do you need to kick the ball away?
I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying, if we're gonna get calassed for it, everybody should.
Bro, all I'm saying is, bro, the thing I don't like about the referee, it's not so much that I think that the referee in England is great, because I don't. What I don't like is Arsenal always, the fan base as a whole, they will latch on to one thing and all of a sudden, it's because of that. Like, After the Bournemouth game, before we wrap up, and big up, make sure you're subscribing to Hooks as well. Link is in the title. Make sure we get him to 1K. The fan base didn't even talk about the game. All they spoke about is, was it a red? This is what I'm saying about this fan base. They won't even talk about the game, bro, because really and truly, what's the referee got to do with the bench? Or the fact that we played 3 DMs? Or the fact that, and you rightfully so said it, Havertz wasn't getting any service in the game. What's he got? That's on the manager. But because they don't want to talk about the manager, they will talk about the referee. And the conversation shifts completely into referee talk instead of, okay, how did we handle that game? What did we do? Like, what was the things in the game that let us down to not win the game? But they just skate over that and say, no, but referee, though, like, this is what... And then they're talking about the decision against Chelsea and this and that. And it's like, bro, like, this is why we never change. Because it's always about moving the agenda onto everybody else.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like, it's just jarring, bro, because really and truly, when we do the dark arts, these men don't talk about refereeing decisions. Every time there's a game that Arsenal win a game, these men don't analyze the refereeing decisions. Why? Because it didn't affect the game for us to lose. So for me, that's double standard. Because why don't you talk about decisions? I remember I think it was last season or the season before that. I can't remember, one of our players, it was in the Luton game. And he, bro, high studs, I don't know if it was on Le Congo or something. High studs, and we almost broke the Luton player's flipping ankle. We won the game. No Arsenal fan was talking about refereeing decisions. This is the bias I'm talking about. It's bias. We only want to talk about consistency when we lose the game.
Yeah, I hear it.
It was Kivion Townsend. That was it. Big up Carl. Kivion Townsend. I knew it was the Luton game. I couldn't remember who it was. He should have been sent off. No Arsenal fan said, you know what? I want fairness, Kivior should have been sent off. None of them. None of them, bro. None of them. And you know how many channels there are. None of them. Only me and Lee spoke about it. Nobody spoke about it. And this is the selective, when people talk about referees being selective, Arsenal fans are selective. Arsenal fans are selective. They only want to talk about decisions against them. If you want fairness that you preach, then preach the fairness, even when it goes against your club then.
I hear it.
But big up to Hooks. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to my guy Hooks. Make sure you're subscribed. How far are you from 1,000, bro?
I haven't yet. Like one. I don't know. I haven't checked, but last time I checked, I was like 130, I think, or something like that. I'm 109. 109 away from 1K.
Come on, man. There's 216 people locked in right now, man. Come on, we can at least get him to 1K. 109, man. Come on, go subscribe to Hooks. The title's in the link is in the title. Big up to everyone that's locked in. You know what I'm saying? And let them know what you got coming up, bro.
Well, I'm trying to do 2 streams a day in it. I took you get me, big bro Northside's advice to serious, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to do 2 streams every day minimum. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a stream in the morning. I'll definitely do a watch along for the Arsenal game. And then I may just go after that, maybe half an hour after, just go straight into like a reaction stream for the game, innit? So yeah, there you go. I guess I'm doing 3 streams tomorrow on my channel. So there'll be loads of content there. There'll be things for you to watch. So sub up. I have a lot of funny clips that I use while I'm streaming. So you get a bit of entertainment, them things there. And yeah, man, get me to 1K so I can start earning that cash money. You know, them way there. It's all appreciated, man. My community is good as well. So yeah, I think you'll enjoy your stay.
Big up, my G. You know what I'm saying? Big up, man. Keep pushing, keep working, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Big up. Make sure you lot are subscribing to Hooks. And we're redirecting to LB. We're out. Love, love, love.